Good morning. Today is Friday, November the 11th. The year is 2022. So Kanye West and his deal with Adidas has now been terminated. And I remember reading on the a lot of these various posts on social media how everybody was saying Kanye was so smart. This was a good business decision. He knows what he's doing. And of course, in the process of Kanye West losing his bank, not only just losing his bank, but losing his deal with Gap. You better get down. You know better. Down. Losing his deal with Gap. Losing his deal with Adidas and Balenciaga, all these various things. Look at this damn mud, he just determined. All those things were on social media. Everybody was all excited and saying that this was good. Kanye's he's smart, he's intelligent. He knows what he's doing. Well, Adidas didn't drop the bomb on his black ass. Adidas has made the decision that they're going to continue to sell the shoes they made and they had designed for Kanye West. They're just not going to put his name on them. They're going to rebrand them. They own the manufacturing. They own the patents to the shoes. They own this. They're just going to rebrand it and continue to sell those shoes. And I have a sneaky suspicion they're probably ready to sell them. They just won't have his name on them. They won't be sold under the brand that Kanye West owns. Boy, if Kanye West doesn't realize the issues that he has created in his life and in his finances and in his business, Kanye West is going to be stuck with a whole. He's not going to. I don't see this ending well for Kanye West. I just don't. Not financially. He's burned so many bridges with so many people and so many companies. How is he going to be able to recreate this brand someplace else? Especially with him not dealing with his mental health issues. I don't know if you all saw an interview he did where he said he wasn't going to take any pills or medication because he didn't want to end up like Michael Jackson or Prince or something. So he's not taking any medications, which kind of explains why in the last year or so he has spiraled down, just like crashed mentally. He has stopped taking his medications for bipolar, which he has admitted that he had. Now, financially, he is going to be in a world of trouble. When you have assets that you owe on and your wealth is dwindling. Can this be turned around? Well, it's a possibility. Can Kanye correct these problems? Yes, it's a possibility. But I think he's going to have to get back on that medication to control those outbursts and behavior and the stuff that he's doing, and people are taking advantage of him. They know that Kanye is not in the best of his health mentally. And these interviews that he has done, the people who took those interviews, they knew that Kanye was saying stuff that could harm himself, his family, and his business ties. And they took advantage of that just for, I guess, views. Who knows? But when there were also the rumor got out that Kanye West admired Hitler, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a wrap for Kanye. I don't care what nobody says. Adidas is going to sell those shoes. I personally never have purchased any of those shoes. I could never find any. I didn't know where they were sold at. Every time I walked in the store, they didn't have anything. So I thought To be honest with you, I thought Kanye's line of shoes was only sold on the internet because that's the only place I saw them and they were outrageously priced. So I was like, I'm not paying that for no pair of them ugly shoes. Forget that. So I didn't realize that people were buying them in regular department stores. I thought they were only sold on the internet. And I bet you Adidas is going to flood the market with those shoes. Instead of doing those limited releases they did with Kanye, they're going out there about to ramp up production, put thousands of pairs of them shoes out there, and they will sell. People will buy them. I don't know what those shoes were selling for at retail price at these stores. Or what were they selling for before people started reselling them? I don't know. Like I said, I could never find any. So the shoes are extremely popular, but will they be able to sell these shoes rebranded under a different name without Kanye's name involved? I believe so. I think they're going to sell those shoes. Will Kanye be able to move on to another company and manufacture shoes? Possibility, but first he's got to find somebody willing to deal with his issues and the mental health problems that he's dealing with. First, you got to tackle that issue. He might not be able to find somebody who says that they want to do business with him. He might really be just shit out of luck. But anyway, on a side note, about a year and a half ago, when I was living in that townhouse, maybe a little over a year or something. Anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night and I went downstairs. I was going downstairs to get something to eat. And I don't know, maybe I was half asleep. Maybe something, I don't know. But anyway, I missed the first step and I fell down those stairs. Yeah, gravity grabbed. When I missed that step, I slid off that and started going down. I tried to stop, brace myself to hold on to the handrail. It was too late. Gravity had got hold of my ass and drug my ass, grabbed my black ass and drug me to the bottom of the damn stairs. I fell from the top down to the bottom. So, and I do believe I was possibly half asleep. I believe. So that might have been one of the issues why I slipped and fell down those stairs. So here I was on those stairs, sliding, slipped, and I hurt myself really bad. You know, crazy part is people have been killed falling downstairs. So I hurt my hip, and I'm trying to remember how long this is, maybe a year and a half ago or something. Anyway, it was my hip was hurt, and I spent that next few months going to doctors, trying to look at it. They were doing x-rays, trying to figure out what the hell had happened. It was just injured. Finally, my hip has started, the pain has, because I was really limping around here because of my hip pain, my left hip. So after I fell, I guess when I fell down the steps, I fell on my left-hand side and I slid down the stairs. I could say gravity snatched my ass to the bottom of that staircase. So my hip was starting to get back to normal. It took some time to get back. But I was taking medications. I was taking pain pills. I was trying to do everything. And gradually, I stopped taking the pain pills. I said, okay, this is not. And I said, I'm just going to have to get through this. I stopped the pain pills. I stopped taking those. And I just dealt with the discomfort. And gradually, here we are now, maybe a year and a half out. I'm back, about 95% back to normal. The pain has gone away. And I can now walk without a limp. I'm still a little cautious about doing certain leg exercises. But it has improved tremendously. Why? I mean, seriously. Can't you find something else to do? So, let me throw this toy over here. Here, go. Away from me. So anyway, the reason I was saying that is because they had me on some pretty strong pain pills. They were Oxycontin and some other stuff. And I took those for a couple of months, actually. And, but then I stopped it. I was just like, okay, this is, the pain pills did work. And then, but I became a little nervous about taking that many pain pills on a regular basis, as whenever my hip was hurting, it wasn't hurting all the time. But I'm glad I made the decision to stop taking those pain pills and just deal with it on my own, which by that time the pain had come down a lot, but it was still some discomfort. I wasn't 100% back to normal. So when Kanye West says that he's looking at his medicine for bipolar, and he's afraid that if he continues to take it, that it will create some issues. However, bipolar medication is not a pain pill. It helps you stabilize your mental health issues if you haven't. Because I have friends and associates who have bipolar, and I can tell when they're on medicine, I can tell when they're not on their medication. Because they get very agitated. In particular, there was a young lady that used to do mortgages for us. And so I was thinking about this last night. Oh, I went to this jazz club on dinner. I went to this jazz club called Spice House. I want to do a video about that. And it was so nice. Every Thursday at Spice House on Cascade Road, they have a live jazz band. It was great. The food was delicious. The band was good. I had a great experience at Spice House on Cascade Road, 2247 Cascade Road, I believe. The food was great. The band was excellent. It was a nice crowd of people. It was an older crowd, a younger and older crowd, but it was no hip-hop crowd, no rap crowd. Everybody came in there nicely, dressed, sat down, ate dinner. It was wonderful. You eat dinner, listen to the band play. I had a great time. And the food was delicious. But anyway, Kanye West, my girlfriend who used to do loans for us, she was dealing with bipolar, and she was bipolar. She had something else, anxiety. I can't remember whatever else issues. When she was on her medications, everything was great. You could work with her, no problem, but you could tell when she wasn't taking it. And she worked with her daughter, her husband, and some family members. And when she wasn't on her medication, they would say she didn't want to. It's not a good day because she's not doing it right now. And I don't know what would prompt her not to take the medications. I don't know what was going on. Why she wouldn't? I've never quite understood why. I'm just assuming that she just stopped with just say I'm not taking it right now, and they'd have to convince her to go back to taking the medications. One time she came off the medications, and she was off for a long time, and it got to a point where her daughter, who worked at this mortgage company with her doing these loans, she left. She couldn't deal with her mom's behavior. And it was just a whole lot of stuff going on with this particular woman and her behavior. And I'm still doing business with her. I'm still having clothes. We buying houses. We selling stuff. I'm still doing business. But one day, late at night, I got a phone call from her husband. And it was real late at night. And because I remember I was in bed. And I was in bed, and he called. And I started talking to him. He found Janine in a closet. He came home. He had been out to dinner. Came home. He found her looking for her. She said she was going to go. She stayed home. He went out to get something to eat. When he got back there, he couldn't find her. But her car was outside the house. Then he said he searched through the whole house and he found her. She had hung herself somehow in one of the rooms or closet or something. I'm not sure how, but she committed suicide. And I'll never forget that whole issue was very devastating to him and her family members. But in the midst of all this crazy stuff going on with her death, Janine's death, I found out that Janine's mother also suffered from bipolar, and she had committed suicide. So Janine's mother had bipolar issues. She committed suicide. Janine committed suicide. And now her daughter, who also had her own child, her daughter was also having the same mental health issue, but she was taking her medications and stuff. So this isn't going to end well with Kanye if he continues to feel that taking that medication is hindering him. Janine was a beautiful woman. Y'all, Janine was gorgeous. although she had a daughter. I don't know how old her daughter was. Denise was older than me. But Denise was a gorgeous woman, beautiful, intelligent, smart, brilliant. She knew what she was doing. But when she was on those medications. No, and I forgot, Denise also owned a whole bunch of rental properties, too. That's how we met. She owned a whole slew. They had all these rental properties and stuff. And somehow or another, I can't remember. Other than that, we ended up doing business with her for years before all this incident happened in the early 2000s. But it always kind of struck me in my head because I've had a few friends and associates I know who have committed suicide. And the people that committed suicide, you would have never thought they would do this. So when Denise committed suicide, it was very shocking to me because of, I guess I got to call in the middle of the night. I'd just been over at the office dealing with her that day. And the next thing, we working on, I think we had to close in the next day or something. Or maybe it was that same day or something. I know what it was. I sold the house and she did the loan. And the closing was that day. We went to the closing. And I remember that. And then later on that night, that's when he went to dinner. Without her, she went home, and for whatever reasons, but it's not going to end well for Kanye if he doesn't get back on his medications. And every time I've known someone who's committed suicide, and I've known a few people, there were some underlying mental health issues that were not being treated or not being dealt with. Or the person was not on their medications, or they were not in therapy, or they weren't going so. And these were all brilliant, smart people. I would say that Kanye West, myself, I don't know Kanye West, but I would say that he's a smart, intelligent person. But because he's not taking his medications, he's allowing himself, he's slowly destroying himself. Slowly, quickly, right in front of our eyes. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Adidas has made a decision they're going to sell those shoes. They don't need Kanye West's name on them. So Kanye's got to find new designers, a new manufacturer, a new distribution. So if he wants to continue to sell that brand. Because right now, they're liquidating it out of all the stores that had his stuff. So, I wish him well on that journey. Because I would wish that on anybody. But I do wish him well on his journey. Maybe he'll wake up and get the help that he needs before it's too late. Because I just have a sneaky suspicion it's not going to end well for him. And one day we're going to wake up and turn on the TV and there's going to be some bad news. Because when you go from being on top of the world and you lose multi-million-dollar contracts, your record label, your business associates, the shoe line, the Gap, all these people cut him off because of his behavior. And he still ain't went and took that medication. Ain't nobody can force him to take that medication. I think this is going to be I don't think this is going to end well at all for him. But only time will tell. Anyway, but I did want to conclude with, yes, my hip is better. Actually, over some time, it just had to heal. I fell down 10, 11, 12 steps. I went down them steps like, and literally, it knocked me out for a second because I remember waking up at the foot of that staircase like, okay, what the fuck just happened here? And I was laying there and I was like, I was kind of half sleepwalking because I take Ambien. And I think that was the problem. So in this house, I put carpet on the stairs. Yeah, it's carpet. So the only place in the house with carpet is on these stairwells. And there's a lot of stairs in this house. I said, I ain't going to break if I do fall, it'd be a padded staircase. But there are no staircases as tall as that townhouse I lived in. Them stairs went on forever. My hip is better. It just took some time. But anyway, it's a rainy day here in Georgia. Rainy day, the dogs and ate. They're over there resting and sleeping. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Hey! Get over here. Took a ginger ass. She done found her a cord to chew on with a fan. She done unplugged it from the wall, everything. Let's show that. Wait a minute. Move. Give me that cord. Move. Yeah. You over here chewing on this damn cord. She over there just chewing away. I wonder what, I was wondering why she disappeared too much that fast. Gonna watch her. Anyway, today it is Friday. It is November the 11th. Year is 2022. And I'm great. It's raining outside. I don't know what I'm about to do now. I might go to the gym, but it's kind of dreary out there. We'll see. Oh, that's right, because that movie opens today. Wakanda, Black Panther. And some friends invited me to go. They got me a ticket, an extra ticket. They want me to know if I want to go through the night. I don't like crowded movie theaters when movies first come out. So I may or may not go to see that movie tonight. I like to go to movies when there's no crowd. I can sit there and hear the movie and watch it. And I think I've heard that this movie is going to be great. So Black Panther opens tonight. So just for those of you who didn't know. Anyway, it's Friday, November 11th, the year is 2022. I'm out of here and go out and enjoy the rest of this beautiful wet Friday.